How many lessons do we ignore until it's too late? Time is the one teacher we can't escape. It's constantly shaping us, breaking us, and building us. But are you listening? Today, we're sharing 10 powerful lessons only time can teach you. The lessons that come from heartbreak, failure, and getting back up. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Motivational Journey. I hope you're all doing great. Time, it's the one teacher none of us can escape. It doesn't need permission, an invitation, or a classroom. Whether we realize it or not, time is constantly shaping us, breaking us down, building us up, and teaching us lessons that no book, no speech, and no mentor could ever fully prepare us for. But here's the honest truth. Most people ignore these lessons until it's too late. They rush through life, always chasing the next thing, stuck in a cycle of comparison, and seeking temporary pleasures, all while ignoring the wisdom that only time can provide. So, today, I want to share with you 10 powerful lessons that only time can teach you. These are the lessons that often come in silence. They show up after heartbreak, after failure, and after long nights spent questioning your purpose. They appear when you've been patient, when you've been consistent, and when you've been knocked down and got back up again. These aren't just lessons, they're profound truths. When you embrace them, you'll begin to live with more peace, more clarity, and more purpose than you've ever had before. Lesson 1. Not everything and not everyone is meant to stay. This is one of life's hardest lessons. And time teaches it in the most painful but powerful way. Not everything and not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. When you're younger, you cling tightly to people, jobs, and situations because you believe they define you. You believe friendships will last forever because they feel unbreakable. You believe relationships will stand the test of time because your feelings are so strong. You believe opportunities will always be open because you deserve them. But time has a way of showing you what's real and what's seasonal. People you thought would always be there leave. Doors you thought would always stay open close. Chapters you never thought would end abruptly. And it hurts deeply, but time gives you perspective. You begin to see that letting go isn't losing, it's making space. It's clearing the clutter so that better things can come. You can't grow if you're carrying dead weight. You can't embrace the future while holding on to the past. Some people come into your life as blessings, others as lessons, and some are only meant to walk with you for a part of the journey. And that's okay. With time, you realize that true strength isn't about holding on to everything. It's about knowing when to release what no longer serves you, even if it once meant everything. And here's something time really drills into you. Clinging to what's gone can destroy what's coming. How many times have you seen someone stuck in a relationship long past its expiration date? They stay because they fear being alone. They stay because they're afraid of starting over. But here's the truth. You cannot receive new blessings with closed fists, holding on to the old. Think about the seasons. Summer doesn't fight to keep the leaves from falling. Winter doesn't apologize for its coldness. Seasons change because that's the rhythm of life, and your life is no different. Some people are like spring, they help you grow. Others are like autumn, they teach you the beauty of letting go. Time teaches you that loss isn't always a punishment, sometimes it's a promotion. That person leaving, that door closing, that chapter ending. It wasn't the end of your story. It was making room for the people, opportunities, and growth you need for the next part of your journey. And when you stop chasing after what's gone, you'll realize something powerful. You never truly lose what's meant for you. Lesson 2. Healing takes longer than you expect, but it's worth every second. We live in a world that idolizes speed, quick fixes, and overnight transformations. The world tells you to move on, as if pain is something you can just switch off. But healing doesn't follow your timeline. It follows its own. You can't rush the process. You can't fake being okay. You can't pretend you've healed when deep down you're still broken. Time teaches you this. Real healing isn't a straight line. It's a journey full of setbacks, progress, and slow, quiet victories. And that's what makes it so hard. It's invisible. No one claps for you when you get out of bed after crying all night. No one notices the courage it takes to forgive someone who hurt you. No one celebrates the days when you choose peace over anger. But those small, invisible moments are where healing truly happens. Time shows you that healing isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about taking the pain and using it as fuel to build a wiser, stronger, and more compassionate version of yourself. You'll look back one day and realize the moments you hated the most, the ones that broke you, were actually shaping you into someone unshakable. Another thing time teaches is that healing requires your participation. You can't just sit back and hope the pain fades. Healing takes courage. It takes admitting you're hurting. It takes facing the wound instead of numbing it with distractions, temporary relationships, or busyness. You start to see that true healing is like renovating a house. You can't just paint over the cracks. You've got to fix the foundation. That means looking at yourself honestly. It means addressing old trauma. It means forgiving not just others, but yourself. And time gives you the gift of perspective. One day, you wake up and realize the heartbreak that once crushed you made you stronger. The failure that embarrassed you taught you resilience. The pain you thought would destroy you actually shaped the best parts of who you are today. And here's the best part. Healing doesn't erase the scar, it transforms it. What once reminded you of pain will one day remind you of your strength. Lesson 3. True success has nothing to do with what people see in your younger years. You're taught to chase the visible. The applause, the likes, the titles, the cars, the big house. But time strips away the illusion and teaches you this powerful truth. True success has nothing to do with what people see. It has everything to do with how you live when no one is watching. Time reveals that external success without internal peace is nothing more than a loud emptiness. You can have all the recognition in the world and still feel like you're drowning when you're alone at night. Real success isn't measured in numbers or possessions. It's measured in peace of mind. It's in knowing you're living authentically. It's in making choices that align with your values even when nobody's clapping. Over time, you realize that the quiet victories, saying no to what doesn't serve you, keeping promises to yourself, choosing growth over comfort. These are the real achievements. They don't get posted on Instagram. They don't win awards, but they make you free. Time also shows you the danger of chasing validation. At first, you think success is about proving yourself to others. Your parents, your peers, strangers on the internet. But years later, you realize how exhausting that game really is. You meet people who have everything. The cars, the house, the brand, name life, but they're miserable. And then you meet people who have little in the eyes of the world, but live with deep joy and contentment. That's when it clicks. Success isn't what you can show off. It's what you can sleep with at night. Real success is quiet. It's the peace of knowing you're living in alignment with your values. It's having relationships built on love, not performance. It's the freedom to live on your own terms, not the terms the world pressures you into. And here's what's surprising. The more you chase inner success, the more the external success follows naturally. Why? Because you're no longer acting from desperation. You're operating from purpose. Lesson 4. Patience isn't waiting. It's how you wait when you're young. Patience feels like doing nothing. You think waiting means sitting idly by until life magically changes. But time teaches you that patience isn't just waiting, it's how you wait. Are you waiting passively, doing nothing, expecting the universe to hand you what you want? Or are you waiting actively, preparing yourself for the moment your opportunity comes? Time shows you that the waiting season is one of the most important seasons of your life. It's where your character is tested. It's where your habits are built. It's where you develop the discipline, resilience, and mind set to handle the things you've been asking for. You want the dream job, prepare your skills now. You want the right relationship, become the right person first. You want the big opportunity, build the discipline to sustain it. Patience isn't passive, it's the quiet grind when no one's watching. It's trusting that what you're building in private will one day be rewarded in public. Patience also teaches humility. Time makes you realize that not everything happens when you want it to, and that's a good thing. If you got every dream instantly, you'd never appreciate it. If every door opened easily, you'd walk through unprepared and ruin it. Time teaches you that delayed doesn't mean denied. Sometimes the wait is protecting you. Sometimes it's giving you time to grow into the person who can actually handle what you're asking for. Think about a farmer. They don't plant seeds one day and expect to harvest the next. They plant, water, nurture, and wait. And while they wait, they don't panic. They don't dig up the soil to see if the seeds are growing. They trust the process. Patience is like that. It's working while you wait, trusting while you wait, knowing that what you're building in silence today will bloom in its own time. Lesson 5. Comparison is a thief, and time proves it. Comparison is one of the greatest killers of joy, and time will prove it to you over and over again. It steals your gratitude. It makes you blind to your blessings. It takes the beauty of your journey and replaces it with resentment for someone else's. Scrolling through social media, it's easy to believe that everyone has it figured out but you. But over time, you begin to see through the illusion. No one's life is as perfect as it looks online. Everyone has struggles you don't see. Everyone is fighting battles you'll never know. Time teaches you that your lane is yours for a reason. Comparing yourself to someone else is like comparing the sun to the moon. They shine at different times in different ways for different purposes. When you stop comparing, you start living. You start appreciating your growth. You start finding joy in your own journey instead of wishing for someone else's. And the deeper you go into life, the more obvious it becomes. Comparison is a trap with no finish line. Even when you catch up to someone, you'll find someone else ahead of you. Time teaches you that true contentment comes from focusing inward. Ask yourself, am I growing? Am I becoming better than I was yesterday? Am I living true to my values? And here's the secret. When you stop comparing, you actually start winning. You start finding joy in your progress instead of chasing someone else's pace. You start creating from authenticity instead of imitation. You start living your life, not theirs. In the end, comparison robs you of your story, but gratitude, it gives it back. Lesson 6. Failure isn't the end, it's the path failure. Just hearing the word makes people uneasy. But time teaches you this unshakable truth. Failure isn't the end, it's the path. When you're young, failure feels like rejection, like proof that you're not good enough. You think it means you should quit. But the longer you live, the more you see that every failure carried a gift, a lesson that success could never teach. Failure is where resilience is built. It's where creativity is born. It's where you find out what you're really made of. Think about it. The people you admire most didn't get there without failing repeatedly. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Time shows you that failure isn't a dead end, it's a detour. It forces you to grow, to adapt, to try again with more wisdom than before. So when you fail, don't quit, study it, use it, let it shape you, because one day you'll realize that your failures were just stepping stones to a success you couldn't see yet. Over time, you realize that failure is a teacher in disguise. It shows up uninvited, but it teaches you lessons no success ever could. It teaches humility because failure doesn't care about your ego. It teaches resilience because you learn how to get back up after being knocked down. It teaches clarity because sometimes failure redirects you to a path you were meant to be on all along. Think about your own life. How many times have you thought, "This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me," only to look back years later and say, "That was the best thing that ever happened to me"? That's the power of failure. Time helps you see that the moments you wanted to erase were actually the moments that shaped your character the most. They gave you depth, they gave you wisdom, they gave you strength. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. It's the road every champion walks. And once you understand that, failure stops being something you fear. It becomes something you learn to value. Lesson 7. Forgiveness is freedom when someone hurts you deeply. Forgiveness feels impossible. You want them to suffer like you suffered. You want justice. You want closure. But over time, you realize that holding on to anger doesn't hurt them, it hurts you. Bitterness is heavy. Resentment is poison. And time teaches you that forgiveness isn't about letting someone off the hook. It's about setting yourself free. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It doesn't mean you let them back in your life. It means you release the grip that pain has on your heart. It means you stop letting the past control your present. It's not easy, it takes time, but once you forgive, truly forgive, you feel a lightness you didn't know you were missing. You create space for joy, for peace, for growth. And one day, you'll look back and thank yourself, not for forgiving them, but for freeing yourself. Here's what time makes crystal clear. Unforgiveness doesn't trap the other person, it traps you. When you hold on to anger, you carry the weight of someone else's actions. You replay the hurt over and over. You keep yourself stuck in a story you should have left behind. But when you forgive, you cut the cord. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing what happened. It doesn't mean you let people back into your life who don't deserve a place there. It means you stop letting them own your heart. And here's something powerful. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It's choosing peace over pain. It's saying, "What you did hurt me, but it won't define me." Time reveals that the people who forgive live lighter, freer lives. They don't waste their days carrying bitterness. They use that energy to build something better. And you can, too. Lesson 8. Health is your greatest wealth. When you're young, you think you're invincible. You skip sleep, eat poorly, and push your body to its limits without a care. But time has a way of humbling you. It shows you that health is your greatest wealth. You can earn millions, build empires, and achieve every dream. But if you're too sick, too stressed, or too broken to enjoy it, what's the point? Time teaches you that your body is not indestructible. Your mind needs rest. Your heart needs care. And the small daily habits you ignore now will compound for better or for worse in the future. True success isn't sacrificing your health for achievement. It's building a life where your mind and body are strong enough to enjoy the blessings you've worked for. Sleep, move, eat well, breathe, care for yourself not tomorrow, but today. Because your health isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Time has a way of showing you what really matters, and nothing matters more than your health. When you're young, you can pull all Nighters skip meals and live on caffeine and adrenaline, and somehow keep going. But eventually, your body sends you a message: you can't neglect me forever. Time teaches you that true wealth isn't measured in your bank account. It's measured in how much energy, strength, and joy you can bring to your days. This doesn't mean you need to become a fitness fanatic or live on salads. It means making daily, intentional choices to care for your mind and body, resting when you need to, eating to fuel, not just to fill, moving your body because it deserves to feel alive, managing stress before it consumes you. Because here's the truth: your body is the vehicle that carries you through this life. Treat it like it's expendable, and it will fail you. Treat it like it's priceless, and it will carry you further than you ever thought possible. Lesson 9. People remember how you made them feel. You chase achievements, titles, and recognition, but time teaches you this powerful truth. When all is said and done, people won't remember what you had, they'll remember how you made them feel. Did you make them feel seen? Did you listen? Did you offer kindness when no one else did? Did you encourage them when they wanted to quit? Time shows you that legacy isn't built on possessions. It's built on impact. It's the warmth you bring, the support you give, the love you show. You might forget some of the words you said. They might forget some of the things you did. But they'll never forget how you made them feel in their darkest and brightest moments. Time teaches you that people will forget your words. They will forget your achievements. They will forget the specifics of what you did for them. But they will never forget how you made them feel. Did you make them feel valued? Did you encourage them when no one else did? Did you choose kindness over judgment? Did you bring light into their darkness? Time shows you that your legacy is written in the hearts of others. It's not in your trophies, your titles, or your possessions. It's in the lives you touched. And the best part? You don't need money, status, or power to leave that kind of impact. You just need a willing heart. Lesson 10. Time is the most precious thing you'll ever have. And finally, the greatest lesson time will teach you is about itself. Time is the most precious thing you will ever own. You can make more money. You can rebuild relationships. You can create new opportunities, but time, once it's gone forever. And this realization changes everything. It forces you to stop wasting your days on people who don't care, on dreams you don't believe in, on distractions that keep you stuck. It pushes you to live fully today, not someday. Time teaches you to appreciate the little moments, the conversations, the sunsets, the laughter, the things you take for granted until you can't have them anymore. You don't know how much time you have, but you know you have this moment, and that's enough to start living differently. If there's one lesson that overshadows them all, it's this: time is the most valuable thing you'll ever own. Money can be replaced, opportunities can return, but the hours, days, and years you waste are gone forever. And time teaches you that you don't have as much of it as you think. It teaches you that someday is a dangerous word, because someday never comes unless you make it today. So, what do? You stop wasting time on meaningless things. You stop living for the approval of people who don't matter. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Time teaches you to live now, to pursue the dream now, to tell them you love them now, to forgive now, to start now, because tomorrow isn't promised, but today is in your hands. Conclusion: time is the one teacher you cannot argue with. It doesn't bend to your plans. It doesn't pause for your comfort. And it doesn't care if you're ready. But that's what makes its lessons so powerful. Time teaches you to let go of what's no longer meant for you. It teaches you to heal even when it's painful. It teaches you that success isn't about applause, but about peace. It teaches you that patience, forgiveness, resilience, and gratitude are far greater treasures than anything you can buy. And above all, it teaches you that every moment you waste is a moment you can never get back. So, stop waiting for the perfect day. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for permission to live the life you were meant for. Thank you for watching today's journey. If this message spoke to you, don't just watch it, live it. Take one lesson from today and put it into action. And if this video gave you value, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs this message, and remember, time is your most precious gift. So use it to become the person you were meant to be. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep moving forward. If you liked this video, found it helpful, and feel motivated, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment and share it with your friends and family.